Hello, I'm John Bach, and my model is Rommel's Rod, or the Crazy Command Car. I really like the tracked wheels and the big fenders on the front, and figured that I could do something with those that would be unique. I thought of the James Bond cars with guns coming out the front, looked at those big fenders, tried to figure out what I could put coming out of there. And I decided to look at old World War II PT boats and see if there wasn't something like this that I could use. This is an old German PT boat, and you can see in the front that it has these torpedo tubes cut out of the front of the ship. So I built my version of Rommel's Schnellboot. It is essentially the frame of the car. You can see the original back, the treads. This is the wheel well that comes in, and here where the torpedo port doors are is where the front fender ends. The engine cab, or the engine compartment, ends here, and so we built the front on this and a back on it that you'll see. To build this so that the treads were actually going to go into the water, I had to take the body and lift it up off the frame in the back by about an inch. So really, as the body looks horizontal, the frame underneath is at an angle, which gave the tread a nice downward slant. To propel it through the water, I built paddles that fit on the tread. They are 3D printed paddles. They're in pieces. There's about 60 of them. I forget the number. They propel the boat through the water. The plastic frame was surrounded by wooden bulkheads to build out the body. And on those wooden bulkheads, I used a plank on bulkhead process to build the body up. Then I copied the whole thing in sheet styrene. This is the after section. Now, because the body basically negated the use of the doors, I put ladders in different spots. One over there near Rommel, and one down here in the back for the guys to get around. You can see the life rafts. They are also 3D printed. Now, using pictures of E-boats from the Second World War, I added some scratch-built parts. They all had a forward gunner's position. They had non-slip surfaces, and I used 1500 grade sandpaper. That's the black on there, so the guys could run around on the deck if they needed to. There's a mast with an insulated radio antenna. You'll see that. Talked about the life rafts. I used the tail lights as the navigation lights. I used the headlights and made them spotlights. And I made lenses out of mica. Of course, we armored the wheelhouse. Couldn't find any that had an anchor on them. I guess they never went far from shore. We adopted the gray and brown pattern with the black stripe in the middle that those ships had. And of course, we put in an aft gun. They all seem to have a midship or aft gun. So this has both. Of course, these torpedo bay doors. You can see the nav lights. We specifically went heavy on the weathering because it's been 70 years since the war, and this thing would be pretty rusty by now. Okay. On the back, we put on rudders, 2 rudders. I gave a whole hydroplane prone shape for speed. We scratch made the the engine cover. The engine has all the spark plug wires. It has pneumatic, all the pneumatic tubes and hydraulic tubes running through it. And it's got wire bundles also. Also, the wires from the engine go into the firewall. And I have a picture, I'll send you that. I stood our friend Rommel up so he could talk to his buddy. In the front seat, basically wanted him to be right in the guy's face telling him where to go. Okay. Let's see. What goodies do we have back here? Weathering in the leather seats and such. But anyway, that's 10 minutes. I hope this has been helpful. This is my version of Rommel's E-boat or Schnellboat.